Hello and welcome to Around the World with Softy Safiyah. Today I'm going to sing a poem for you and you have to complete the poem. London bridges.
Falling down, falling down, falling down, London Bridge
Just
is
falling
falling
down.
down. My fair lady, build it up with iron bars, iron bar, iron bar. Build it up.
Today we are going to learn about London.
London. And the London is the capital of England, one of the most famous countries of the world. And this poem itself talks a lot about London. London Bridge actually is a real bridge over River Thames. And My Fair Lady refers to the Queen. And even now, London has a queen. And her name is Queen Elizabeth.
She's still alive.
She's still alive. She's an old lady. And you know, one of the rules is called protocol. Means when you meet the queen, you are not allowed to touch her.
Why?
Because she is special. Maybe
Why?
she's very fragile. If you touch her, she's very weak. She'll fall down. But you are not allowed to touch the queen.
She's not made about like cotton or something. We can't touch her.
But that's
or
a
she's
rule.
not made about of gold or something. We can't
So when
touch
you
her
go
it's
and
stolen.
meet queen, you can say, Queen, I want to touch her. You know, one girl went and met the queen in the Roald Dahl's book.
Yeah.
BFG.
BFG.
Yeah, so that is the queen. And queen has a special guards.
Yeah.
Yes? What?
Yes. And they wear mask.
And they wear masks. Actually, they wear a big hat, the queens. And it is said that these guards, no, they don't smile or talk at all. The guards don't even wink.
Why?
Yeah?
Why?
They guard. Zingy says
why
they only
they
guard.
don't
This is a
wink?
speciality. They are known as that.
They
Britishers,
do not blink also.
they don't even blink. You feel that they're like statues. Talking about statues, London has one of the best wax museum in the world called Madame Tussauds. Madame Tussauds have made wax statues of almost all the celebrities in the world.
I'll just put fire and everything in one.
No, you don't have to melt it. No, you can't do that. You go admire, take a ticket and watch it. By the way, even one of the most important clock in the world is called the Big Ben, which is in London also.
And it is placed on a big
It's
tower.
It's a big tower. You know what do the Chinese call Big Ben?
No.
They call it Da Ben Dong, which means big stupid clock. Really? They call it the big stupid clock, but now they've changed the name of Big Ben to Queen Elizabeth Tower. Anyway, whatever we know, but the only important thing is they have to be punctual and give a lot of time. And England, what are the England people called?
English.
English. And English is also a language, which is the most popular language in the world.
My class choose England.
England, oh, in the World Cup, you are supporting Harry Kane's team, right?
Yeah.
Or Hurricane as he's called. By the way, which is the most popular language in the world?
English.
It's not English.
Hindi.
It's not Hindi.
Marathi.
Not Marathi. That's in our state. Think of people, most number of people in the world.
Spanish.
No.
Germans.
You like Chopsy and
Chinese.
Chinese. And what language do Chinese speak?
English.
It's Mandarin. Right?
Can you speak?
And
But
since you don't know, you don't even know if I'm.
said that English is the most popular.
Its most popular language, the most number of people speaking is Mandarin Chinese.
But
By the way,
the country speaking Spanish.
Spanish is also a very popular language because entire South America also speaks Spanish and Portuguese.
But I don't know any of them.
We should learn that. You can
I
learn.
know one.
You know, can you speak Spanish?
Bonjour.
Oh, Zainab speaks French.
I have one.
Yes.
It's in Spanish.
Yes.
That
Us, dos, tres.
No.
And Ricky Martin, what is this?
alright.
What is it?
It is Buenos dias, mi Ani Sofia.
Oh, can you repeat that?
Buenos dias, mi Ani Sofia.
Okay. Look,
looking like
oh, you look like Marathi to me as well.
It is Spanish.
Oh, Spanish. All right. There are
That
lots
means
of
good morning,
smart
Anna Sophia.
Britishers in the world. Let me run through some of them. You know, a man called William Shakespeare. He wrote lots and lots of play. When you grow a little older, you'll come across a play called Romeo and Juliet. Two lovely couples like Abba and Mama. And then you'll talk about King Lear and Hamlet and Taming of the Shrew. And all these plays and ballets were written by William Shakespeare. He's called the Bard. Actually, he's someone who invented 1,700 words in English, including the word dawn, bump, and ladybird. Really?
He did every wrong.
Why?
I have to.
What's wrong? What did William Shakespeare do wrong?
In Y, we can't just write simply Y. Why we have to write Y?
WHY. Oh, he didn't invent the English language, by the way. Also, Britishers had a great scientist by the name of Stephen Hawking. You know him?
He invented the phone.
No. That is someone else. That is Alexander Graham Bell. But Stephen Hawking was a man who was crippled. He was in wheelchair, but he didn't give up. He discovered the black hole concept, and he was always happy with his life. He just died very recently. You know the famous cartoonist Mr. Bean?
Yes, it's very funny.
He's also a Britisher. And do you know Britishers, one of the bands called Beatles is from British, and Ed
What is
Sheeran.
Beatles?
Beatle is a very famous band of the songs that they
Band?
have. Band means a group of people who sing songs, from John Lennon, Paul McCartney, yes, George Harrison. By the way, John Lennon was shot dead. It's just that people sometimes don't like it. And today they have a person called Ed Sheeran. He sings Shape of You. So Britishers have
I don't
so
like
many
that
people.
song.
You don't like it? Okay. I'll tell you something more interesting about Great Britain or England. England has a place called Stonehenge.
What is Stonehenge?
Stonehenge is the most valuable and mysterious prehistoric site in the world. These are huge stones that are heavier like a mountain, tons and tons of it. But they arrange so neatly in a circle as if they are the stools for giant people. Imagine they're made like a small dining table with small stools or chairs. People even today, they don't know how can somebody arrange so heavy stones or rocks in this manner. Can you think of it? When there were no cranes, no planes, no big machines, how can people keep these stones, which is almost like 27 tons, which is as heavy as Titanic ship? How can somebody do it? People think that there must be UFOs. People think that aliens have come in, or ghosts or jinns have done it. And we still don't know. You can go to England and visit Stonehenge and see for yourself. By the way, you know, one of the best university in the world, Cambridge, is in England.
We had the book last year.
All right, and if you are studying in an
Giant
IGCSE,
only do this.
so Juaria is still with the Stonehenge. Cambridge, the IGCSE board that you are studying in, is from Great Britain. And Oxford, one of the best universities there. Trinity College is there. You know, and what are the clubs that you have in England? Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City.
Aston something.
Okay, there is a tennis tournament that is played every year in England. I'm sure it's a new word for you.
And there was a like tournament of like the people, they give money and then like they give people like England's chance like they had a like they have in cricket they have like few countries go to first India and then they go to England to play the matches in tournaments. England has lots of tournaments.
Oh, there are lots. So England has
and
invented
there
lots
is
of tournaments. Cricket is invented in England. Yes,
And there is a thing like triangular city.
yeah, a triangular series where three countries play together. Okay.
No.
No.
That when we go inside that we get Gayab.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't return back.
Oh, that's
It is-
Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda.
We'll go to North America and study about it. By the way, the tournament I'm talking about is called Wimbledon. Very quickly, one last thing. You know, I love breakfast. And if you're English, you have the best breakfast in the world because that's what they do. They start with baked beans and eggs and toast
Yeah,
and fried
I
bread
don't like
and
eggs.
bacons and sausages or some meats, and then they have their coffees, they have their teas, and an English breakfast must have an Earl Grey tea. So the English love their breakfast the most. And what is the favorite food? It's called fish and chips.
Yucky, I don't like
Oh, you like fish? Oh, it's
I
very
like only
delicious.
little.
All right. So next time you visit England, you have so much to do and so many places, from museums to bridges to people to the Queen. So don't forget to meet the Queen and don't touch her when you meet her.
Nah, I'll tell you later.
Oh, alright then. Until your English dream starts becoming reality. Good night, everybody. Can you say good night to your friends?
Good night.